What you are is God's gift to you. What you become is your gift to Bhanu. Wow.
Your aim is not to use that comfort zone too much. Wow, man. This is jackpot.
I have seen that lots of people are very reserved and they are not asking lots of questions, and they are always feel that if I can ask them of this thing, they might feel low, like how come you don't know about it? What do you say about it? Like each and every time, like if I am going out, it's not about myself, but if somebody is going out, any international students, he's asking maybe a guy on a store, say that hey, I want this and that, but he don't want to express it because he might feel that how dumb it is. It is possible like this kind of situation is happening in Canada.
It happens everywhere.
Okay.
This happens everywhere where people feel a little bit, they're judging themselves too much.
Judging you so much, yes.
Right? I'm against it, but that's okay. If
Yeah.
that's your personality right now, slowly work on it so that
Yes.
you're not, you become a little bit more confident.
Mm-hmm.
If, say, for example, this nature of yours is stopping you. Nowadays, there are things like ChatGPT,
Yeah.
there is Google, there is YouTube. So you can type there and you can get an answer so that you feel a little bit comfortable. Okay, you know what? Now I know a little bit. Now I can go and ask somebody and take it further. But say, for example, in an educational setup, you are faced with this situation. First of all, you should not hesitate to ask anybody any question. For many reasons, it's an educational institution. Their purpose is to help you grow, learn, and be a better and stronger person. Number two, you paid for it. You paid for it. So that person has to help you whether they like it or they don't like it. You have to help me to understand. If I don't understand in one time, I'm going to ask 10 times. And people are going to help you 10. They have to help you 10 times, right? So don't hold it back. Come forward, ask those questions, right? And if you still feel a little bit nervous about things or not very confident, again, as I mentioned before, there is international department, and every international department has multinational presence, right? So there is a possibility you might find a person from your country if that makes you a little bit comfortable to begin with. And I'm going to tell you my 60% rule in a minute. That might make you feel a little bit comfortable and you can start from there. But please make sure that your aim is not to use that comfort zone too much.
That's true.
Because that's the only way you'll grow.
You go, yeah.
Right? That's the only way you'll become globally employable.
Yeah.
Because you're out of your comfort zone. Now you're not thinking that I am coming from Nigeria, or I'm coming from India, I'm coming from Bangladesh, or I'm coming from Philippines. That's not you anymore. Who are you? Where are you coming from? I'm coming from this world.
Yes.
This world is my playground. That's who I am, and I've got everything. So I'm going to tell you about my 60% rule.
Yes, please.
So when I was an international student, my first week in Canada, I'm sitting and I'm looking around, and I'm like, wow, man, this is jackpot.
Yes.
So a friend of mine was sitting next to me and he was like, what do you mean by jackpot? And I said, bro, I bought a one-way ticket. He was like, yeah. And I paid $1,000. Okay. At that time, $1,000 was 25 rupees. So 25,000 rupees. Yeah. So he was like, okay. And I'm like, the whole world is represented here, man. So in a way, by paying $1,000, I'm getting to experience the world. And he was like, that's true. And I'm like, you know what, man? I'm gonna make a rule here right now. And he was like, what's that? I'm like, for the rest of my life, 60% of people, at least 60% of people, will be out of my comfort zone.
Wow.
So that means at that time, lesser friends from India, more friends from rest of the world. So I would say 30%, 40% friends from India, right? I knew a lot of people, but as friends, when we are talking almost on a daily or a weekly basis and stuff like that, so 35% from India, because I was from India, that's my comfort zone, and then 65% from the rest of the world. I made it a point every day. You know, this is what I'm going to work on. I'm going to expand my horizon. I'm going to expand my reach and my network, that I can say that I know the whole world.
Great.
And that really helped me.
That's a great information. Also, like I would like to ask you about, as international students are doing lots of work for student, right? International student center is working for international student, right?
Mhm.
In any college,
Mhm.
right? Now, why people are complaining? What is the reason people are complaining about? Like I'm not happy over here. I'm not getting job, or like I'm not finding this comfortable. Like why people are complaining a lot nowadays? Because I think when you came, it was much harder, right? Because right now you have Uber, you have groceries, you can go around, you can talk to your parents every day. But right now you can do it. But if you talk about
25 years ago.
25 years
No.
ago, it's not possible.
It
If you
was
need to make a
expensive.
call to India, it's like
Expensive.
20 rupees per minute, something like that, right?
Yeah, we used to buy a $5 card
Yeah.
and it used to give us 13 minutes.
Yes.
Right, but besides that, I used to live in Niagara, and at that time, to buy Indian spices or
Mhm.
Indian grocery, I had to go to Brampton,
Yes.
and no Uber, no nothing, so it was expensive.
Yes.
So there were a bunch of us used to get together once a month. We used to hire a taxi,
Mhm.
so that cost is anyways. So it was
Yes.
it was difficult. It was
Yeah.
different. I think this is a very difficult question to answer, and I want to be sensitive towards everyone and
Yes.
just not say how I feel, because
Right.
I lead my own life
Mhm.
in a very hard way.
Right.
Like, so I'm a sports person. So I'm just gonna keep on pushing myself, right? So like, I mean, I tell my kids, no place for snowflakes, man. Come on, keep on. It's not about winning or losing, right? But it is about giving your best all the time and not taking defeat just on the face value of defeat, and just keep on going after things, right? So a lot of people, if they're complaining, first of all, they're allowed now to complain.
Mhm.
Sometimes, and again, these are sometimes reasons.
Sometimes.
It's not I'm pointing fingers at
Yes.
anyone. Sometimes what happens is failures point fingers on others.
Yes.
They would not take the blame.
Immediately.
Like, I started this interview by saying that I did not do my homework.
I don't do my homework. Yes.
I did not say my agent didn't tell me.
Yes.
I did not say anything. I took the ownership.
Yes.
I did not do my homework. Nothing to do with the agent, nothing to do with anyone. I did not do my homework. The only thing I used for my defense was that at that time internet was not that
Why
big.
not? Yes.
That's it. But still, I could have made some phone calls. Anyways,
Exactly.
right? So I think people need to have patience,
Mhm.
right? People need to bring that dedication, hard work, integrity, right? Competence, consistency in their approach, their purpose, their focus, all that together. That misses. So I was speaking with somebody 2 days ago, and they asked me, they were like, if you want to say, oh yeah, we were doing a webinar for Conestoga, and in the end they said, if you want to say something to these students who are coming in January, what would one thing you will say? And I'm like, I have seen a lot of international students fail
Mhm.
by choosing the circle of people they hang out with. So a person who landed in Canada a day before you came has suddenly become an expert in Canada.
In Canada, yes.
And then you started trusting that
Trusting the
person. That person might be giving you information with all the, good intention.
Good intention, yes.
Well, that's wrong information.
In wrong information.
So that
Yeah.
wrong information is not helping
Not
you.
helping you,
So
yes.
come to international office. Is life easy? No. Is life easy back home? No. That's why
No.
you're leaving.
Yes.
It's gonna be tough, but did you leave your home country for 20 hours a week? No. That's what I told myself, that at that time minimum wage I think was $7 or $8 an hour or $10 an hour. And I told myself that, I asked myself, I said, Bhanu, did you leave India for $10 an hour? And the answer came no.
No. Yes.
So I was not going after those things, right? And I didn't come from a lot of money, so I had to call my dad after first semester and I said, can you arrange for $1,000? And he arranged from somewhere. I said, I'm just running short of certain things. So he sent me another $1,000, but I did not fall for those little things, right? And I had to push. And again, guys, I'm saying this as a general statement.
statement, yeah.
I know everybody comes from a different background,
background,
and circumstances are different, right? So I want to be very sensitive to everyone. But again, if you are leaving your home,
Mhm.
if you're leaving your comfort zone, you have to have a winner's mentality, right? This morning I was speaking to a friend of mine who was just going through a little phase in his life, and I said, listen man, I play to win. I don't play not to lose.
Yes. Wow. That's a
Right?
bold statement.
I said, I play to win. And as an international student, I think as soon as you sit on the plane and that door is closed, you should start working. You still have 16 hours to work on this, right? You have to change your mindset if you have not done already. You have to change your mindset and you have to believe in yourself. You don't double guess your decision of coming to Canada or whatever country you're going to. Don't double guess the college you have chosen. This is it, man. And you're gonna make it work. And you're gonna make it work within the limits of the law. And you're gonna make it work to the best of your ability. There is tons and tons of resources available. Do you know that there are people sitting in international office and other student services offices in colleges and university who's enjoying the salary because of your tuition fees and you're not taking advantage of that? Go and take advantage. Spend time, knock the doors. Okay, this is a studio here, we're studying at Conestoga. After this, you should go and ask the manager here, what is the studio about? Tell me more. Oh, this is for the animation studio? Oh yeah, Conestoga has animation program. What about this? What about that? Right? Go and get that information. Right? Make yourself a bigger person than what you came in as. Right? And that would help you.
Wow.
It's all the mindset, buddy.
Yes.
If you don't have that, I would say stay home for another 1 year and work on that maturity. Find a mentor if you need to. Go and talk to consultants like yourself, D. Vivid. And because I've been to your office and I know how your staff talks to the students, they are actually counselors. They're not salesperson, right? Where you want to go to Canada, which school, Conestoga, done here, you got fill the application. Your staff actually goes a step further and says, why? Why this program, right? So this is what you need. So spend that extra 6 months. You're gonna live for a very, very long time. If you are not coming for January intake, and if it happens to be May or if it happens to be September, that's not the end of the world. Actually, that might work in your favor. So what I would say is that take your time, connect with right kind of people, double check the information, send an email to the college, find out in the college who is responsible for recruitment, etc. Talk to them, talk to the service area, ask them if there are students who are from your country, for example. Get in touch with them, get some more information. Take everything with a pinch of salt because your classroom is different than their classroom. Right? Your goal in life is different than their goal in life. So what they will tell you, like for example in India, you and I often joke about it, and we talk and I ask you which is your favorite city and you say Ahmedabad, you ask me which is my favorite city and I said Hyderabad.
Yes.
Right? So is Ahmedabad not good for anything? No, Ahmedabad is awesome, but that's you.
Your mind is my
Exactly,
mindset.
and Hyderabad is
Yes,
mine,
yes.
right? So similarly, everybody has their own way of saying things. You collect as much information as possible, put it together and see what makes sense for you and then make a decision. There are tons of help available, guys, and we are all here to help you.
Yeah, that's true. Now you just talked about the mindset. Your thoughts are very clear, like how you have trained yourself. Because whenever I talk to you, or maybe anyone who just came near to you, feel this man, feel the motivation. Like what do you do every day, or how you have keep up with your this kind of mindset? Because you are working day in, day out. You are going to gym. You are traveling around the world, and I seen you are not tired at all, right? Like just give me इसकी जड़ी बूटी दिखा दीजिए कि ये mindset कैसे create करते हैं.
So knowing yourself is the key, right? And at 15, I was lucky that I was able to find out things that gives me happiness. I just kept on going very hard on those things. And consistency really helps. You cement things inside yourself. So I tried not to do things I don't enjoy.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you have to do it.
Yeah.
Like if there is snow in my driveway, I have to go and shovel. I don't like it, but I have to do it. There are certain things you'll have to do it. But majority of my time, I try to spend things that I enjoy.
Okay.
That fills me up,
Okay.
right? And so that is one thing. I am an early morning guy. So I get up in the morning and I spend a lot of time preparing myself for the day. I talk to myself. So what I do with others, for example, in a life coaching or a motivational session, I do it to myself first, right? I bring myself up, I remind myself of the purpose. I practice a lot of gratitude, right? So I thank God for a lot of things. And then I create a sense of curiosity in me. And this is best explained by a true story which happened last year. So I'm a very social guy. We do a lot of parties at our house. And last year, my wife said to me that, can we please have one weekend in peace? So I replied to her that one day you're gonna rest in peace.
Yes.
So till the time your hands, your legs, your brain, your lungs, your heart, everything is working, there are 7 billion people in this world. let's see how many lives we can touch and how many lives can touch us.
Wow.
Right? So this is something which I practice, and I have been practicing for a very long time. Nothing would happen overnight, right? So purpose, focus, consistency, right? So that has been going, and I think that's become my source of inspiration for myself, right?
Great,
And,
great.
and again, going back to that 15-year-old Bhanu, who motivated his friend, and seeing a smile on his face gave him more happiness, and realizing that that's who I am, man. That's what gives me happiness, right? And that just kept on going, and it just became a snowball effect.
Wow, that's amazing information. This is a great podcast is going on, guys. We have touched lots of aspect like international students, also about the personal life, and I just want to ask you, like you just talk about the gratitude. Gratitude actually works.
For me, it does.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends who never used to practice gratitude, when I started, I don't preach, but when they asked me about, like you asked,
Yes.
when I shared with them of being thankful, and things like that, it works. I'll give you an example. So, I'm from Hindu faith. My wife is Christian. When we first started dating, I go to her house, and during Christmas time, and I see there's a big tree, lot of presents, very happy environment. People are going, picking up a present, looking at the name, giving to that person, they are opening, everybody's excited. I'm sitting there and looking and enjoying. I got some presents as well, I had put down some presents there as well. After that was done, I would ask my wife, how much average you want to spend on me? Let's say she says $300, $400. I would say, yeah, me too, $300, $400. Now we have $800. Yeah, we go and we sponsor a family.
Oh wow.
So instead of giving a gift to each other, we find a family. There are community centers, etc., where people have information. We get names of families, and we would sponsor their Christmas. Right? So this is gratitude, like saying thank you to God for giving us almost everything. For my kids, I've got 2 kids. For my kids, they make a Christmas list, and I want them to enjoy that. Because that's the part of childhood,
Yes,
right?
yes,
I mean, they
yes.
want to have
They
the
want-
Christmas
yes.
list. Santa would come and do things, but nothing on that list is complete unless and until there are 3 things in that list which is for somebody else in need.
Wow.
So my kids, like last year, this year their list is still going on, but last year they wanted to go to the local humane society and donate food and money. They went to a community center, they bought books and shoes for kids, right? And there was somebody in our friend circle we knew, they went through, some unfortunate incident, and my kids put that name there. So again, teaching them this as well. To me, it's like being thankful, being grateful. The best thing would be to pass it forward. So one thing which I heard many years ago, and it stuck with me, is like, what you are is God's gift to you. What you become is your gift to God.
Wow.
Right? So I tend to, my family we all tend to pass it forward, what we have, practice gratitude, we're very thankful. Yeah, and it works, man. I don't know whether I answered your question or
No,
not.
that's true. No, it's
But it works, and it makes things what you have
you have
bigger
to,
and more valuable.
means you have to have a faith in it, right?
100%.
Yeah, if you have a faith, then I think gratitude works.
Yeah.